Hi guys, how are you all doing? Welcome to episode 8 of Morning Chai and Ikigai. This is your podcast host Priyanka. If you live in India and have not been living under a rock, then you must be definitely aware of the alleged suicide of Sushant Singh Rajput and all the aftermath that followed. Now, the latest development in this regard is that after what seemed like a long and arduous fight for justice, the Supreme Court has finally given its verdict in favor of a CBI probe. And this is a small victory of sorts for all his fans. Now, what relation does this have with today's episode? Well, I had written this poem, Postcards from the Edge, in the initial days of the Sushant Singh Rajput case. And it was a kind of response that was triggered by the fact that back then every Tom, Dick, and Harry believed he could have a say in the matter of his death. And this kind of irked me. Even today, in fact, people are coming up with various kinds of conflicting theories. Some say Sushant was depressed. Some are saying that he was being harassed by Bollywood mafia. Some are saying that he was being treated for bipolar disorder. And there are still others who are saying that, who are claiming that he could never have been a victim of mental illness. They say that his suicide was orchestrated, that it is just a preposterous cover for something that is way more sinister. And the weird part is people who are not even remotely related to him are coming up with videos and are coming up with interview excerpts that kind of insinuate that he was being bullied, that he was being disturbed by external forces, that he was being harassed. And frankly, I think we can never know the true story. We can never know the true story unless we have been in a close contact with the person and known about all his struggles, the struggles he has gone through, the humiliations that he has faced. Unless we have been with him through his ups and downs, through his successes and failures, unless we have done all that, it is just not possible to actually know the person. And even then, we cannot claim to have fully known him or to fully know him. But the SSR case opens up a topic for grave concern, not just for stars or celebrities, but also for the common man. What happens is most of the times we as friends or we as relatives, we fail to notice the signs. We fail to hear the cry for help that is given out by people who need us. We are not always around to listen, and by the time we acknowledge the issue, or by the time we realize that there is an issue, it is either that the person has moved way beyond it, or has moved on, or in less fortunate circumstances has succumbed to it. And this is a common human tendency that I have observed. That it is only when we become famous, or it is only when we are in a good place, that everybody wants to acknowledge us as a friend. It's then that everybody will act like they have always known us. Long lost friends who probably have not made an appearance in ages will suddenly turn up. Far flung relatives will pretend like they are the next of kin. And those who ignored us or hardly noticed us when we were down and not so successful will suddenly pretend to have known us all our lives. And it was all these thoughts that triggered me to write Postcards from the Edge. So at that point, it was written from the perspective of someone standing on the precipice of life, who in retrospect believes is better off without the fake company of insincere people, and who's sending out postcards to the world. Postcards that say only genuine friends are welcome. Postcards from the Edge. What do you know of the battles I have fought? the wars I have waged, the scars I have got, the hopes I have caged. Did you know me as a child, demure and shy, struggling with dyslexia and a disturbing lisp, biting my tongue, chewing my lip, hoping I'd disappear or rather die when the bullies at school made me cry? Did you know me during my awkward teens, when acne and freckle dotted my face, and to escape from that sheer disgrace, I would slip away in the land of books, where I wasn't mocked for my looks? Did you know me with my teeth in braces, when even with spectacles I'd trip on my laces, when nobody tried to break my fall? Did you want to know me? No, not at all. Did you know the flab and fat I gained, the sneers I overlooked, the nonchalance I feigned? Were you there in my journey of when and how? Then why do you claim to know me now? And with that, we come to the end of the 8th episode of Morning Chai and Ikigai. Postcards from the Edge is selected to be published in the upcoming edition of Plethora, a monthly blogazine. I hope you could connect with my poem. If you did, and if you too, like me, believe that true friendship is all about knowing everything about a person and still loving them, warts and all, then do drop me a comment. Just like I appreciate an honest friendship, I'd appreciate your honest feedback too. So do like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already. Until next time, this is your host Priyanka signing out. Bye-bye. Morning Chai and Ikigai is a bi-weekly podcast. That means fresh episodes will be uploaded every Thursday and Sunday. If you want to connect with me outside the pod, I am there on Twitter and Instagram. My handle is Dr. Priyanka Naik, that is Dr. Priyanka Naik. I'm also there on Facebook, and my YouTube channel is Dr. Priyanka Naik again. So do subscribe, leave me a comment, or rate and review my podcast. I also blog at drpriyankanaik.com.